Hello, my name is Olivia, and this is my hunting cat game. I'm going to start by just showing off the single player. See if it loads up. Oh, let's maximize this. Alright, we're going to start a new game. See, we've got this cat here. We need to hunt prey and bring it back to our little home base. So here we go, we approach a rabbit. It squeaks when we hit it. And you know what? I'm going to save right here. So I hit pause. As you can see, the timer stops. Save game. We've got a message down here that says that the game has been saved. And we've got 4 minutes 40 seconds and 1 prey caught. So now let's resume the game and continue on our way. You can hear the cat running right now. Rabbits. The rabbits will all occasionally start walking on their own. Alright, I've got 3. Time to go back to the home base. Jump over these hills. Alright, we're going to touch that and get the "you win" message.
Meow.
There we go.
Meow.
You'll see the timer stops again because we finished the game. Now let's load. Let's load where we left off. So we should go back to having 4 minutes and 40 seconds. There we go. Exactly as we predicted, and even in the spot we wanted to leave off in too. Alright, so let's load a new game. We go back to having 0 prey caught in 5 minutes, and we go back to our home base. One more thing to show you while I'm still in the game. Over here, you'll see I've got a body of water. And this is important because this is how I implemented delegates for my game. When you're on the land, you jump a single time when you press the spacebar. If you go underwater, then if you press and hold the spacebar, you actually keep swimming up. I'll show the code for that in just a second. So here there's a difference between being on the land and being underwater. Let's look at the actual code for that. So here, this is our player movement script. Here we've got creating the delegate that we call its action, jump action. And so we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. These are 2 options for it. These are the functions for the jump action delegate. There's pounce, which is the jumping on land. And then there's swimming, which is, well, swimming in the water. You'll see that the current speed X when using the regular jump is just equal to jump power, but when swimming, it's halved. And if we go over here to player collision, this is what triggers the switch between using pounce and swim. When we're exiting the water's collision, we check whether we're going up or down and set the jump action accordingly. Over here in the prey manager script, we have our example of a singleton. There should only be 1 of these, so it's only allowed to have 1 instance, and this is just the code for that. It's all here. Also in this script, I've got the rabbit observer set up. So the alternate data structure that I want to use was an observer, and I wanted to have the prey manager tell all of the rabbits when to move. So here we've got the prey manager. Let's see. Okay, when it updates, it has a timer. When the timer runs out, if the rabbits are currently idling, it accesses each item in the prey list, gives it a direction to go in, and tells it to start moving. So that's the notifier end of things, and on the observer end of things, we've got the rabbit move rabbit move script. The move function gets called. It points itself in the direction it needs to go, and it starts the moving animation. Back in the Unity editor, we can see we've got the prey object and the prey manager object. Now this prey object actually acts as a list. When the game is loaded up, the rabbits are loaded into this list, which we can see over here again in the script. The rabbits aren't programmed into the game through the editor. They're called in through a table, through a database. So here let's see, here's the start of the script. Load data when this is called. We know that there's 32 rabbits in the level, so we subtract how many have already been caught in the save file, and then we just start loading rabbits according to the positions that they're told to go to from the table. Let's go down here. Here we go, read table. We get our file, we create a connection, we select everything. We select everything up to a certain point, so however many we need. And we get each rabbit's X, Y, and Z axis according to the table, and return all those positions so they can be loaded in. Lastly, I have the multiplayer to show off. Unfortunately, I didn't get to work super well, but it's something. It's certainly a start. So here we've got both the original and the clone open. In the original, we're going to start a multiplayer game, select host, and the first thing is that the cat does not spawn in the correct place, which is an easy enough fix. Here we are. Alright. Now we're going to go over to the other, and we'll hit join instead to add it in as a client. Again, paste in the proper location, and here we are. And if we walk around, we can now see there's player 1 seen from player 2's camera, and player 2 seen from player 1's camera. We can each move around, and that's about it. Unfortunately, the HUD doesn't seem to connect properly between the first player and the second player, but I was having too tough a time figuring that out. So it is what it is. I've got the two cats at least in the same world. Alright, that'll be it for me. Have a good day.